will be the mean deadline. Welcome, Mr. Zion. How are you? Welcome to ELBC, the Super Morning Show.
Good morning, and good morning to the people of Liberia.
Okay, the Central Bank of Liberia, as is being reported, that they have made an extension on the deadline of the collection of the old banknotes on the market. You want to bring us up to speed with what prompted this decision at the CBL?
Sure. The new deadline for the extension of the old money, the exchange of the old money for the new money, is now the 15th of May 2024. Last week, the Board of Governors met at an emergency meeting and extended the deadline from the 31st of March to May 15, 2024. So we have a new deadline, and what that deadline says is that, one, you will still continue the exchange process. When you have old money, you go to any commercial bank, you exchange your old money. You still use the old money to buy goods and pay for services. So those are the two things affected by the deadline.
Now, as we've been getting from our correspondent, in the various counties, day by day, they were reporting here that the issue about people rejecting the banknotes in the various counties were based on low awareness, from what they got from them. Now you have extended the deadline. What in the pipeline as it relates to awareness on this?
So the discussion we're having with you now is part of the efforts to reach out to people.
Aside from this,
and to explain to them that the money still remains legal tender until May 15, 2024. We have repeatedly said and continue to emphasize that we have made significant efforts to reach out to many of our people across this country. Since this exercise started, we have gone to 73 districts across this country. We've reached sort of a total of 164 towns, villages, and marketplaces. We continue to raise awareness through community radio stations and radio stations like this. So, and based on that, I think it's on the understanding that people got the information. That's why many of them were afraid that the deadline caught up with them, and they still try to reject the old money. So we're going to be using the same methodology, but we are trying to make all the efforts at this point to work with the county authorities, to work with the Liberia Marketing Association, to work with the town criers, the town chiefs, the commissioners, and continue to work with the community radio station. So those are the efforts we are making to be able to do this work.
Are you also going to work, though it's money matter, but do you intend also working with some of these local banks in the counties, and also are some of those money exchange bureaus, in the counties, in terms of, having this to be easily done for you?
So we're working with, in terms of raising the awareness, we're working with a couple of community radio stations.
I mean, in the exchange exercise.
Well, the exchange exercise, we are strictly mandated to work through commercial banks and community banks, called the ROCFIs or the M2 banks. So those are the ones we're working with, because the order from the legislature asks us to do this process through the commercial banks and regulated financial institutions. So those are the ones we're working with. We want to avoid the temptation of carrying money into the markets and on an individual basis, exchanging it, and you have a backlash of misinformation and disinformation about money getting missing and all of that. So we want to make sure we're sticking within the confines of legislative approval to exchange this money through the banks and the ROCFIs. And
Okay.
that is what we're going to be doing.
All right. Just before we let you go, is there anything you want to touch on? Then we can let you go. And roughly 8 minutes past 9 o'clock.
We want to emphasize the message that the deadline for the exchange of the old money for the new money has been extended up to May 15, 2024. That's 6 weeks from now, as of Monday. What it means is that you can still use your own money to pay for services, to buy goods. We're asking our business people not to refuse this money. I think there's been a major challenge and people keep reporting to us. Even the commercial banks, we want to ask you, if you have any challenge, please call 5455 directly into the central bank, and we will be able to make reference to the appropriate department to address this issue. That's what we want to say to our people.
Okay, thank you for your participation this morning. Afonso Zion is the head of corporate communication at the Central Bank of Liberia. There, you listened to him this morning on the Super Morning Show here, giving update on the extension of the deadline in the collection of the old bank notes on the market by that institution. 9 minutes past 9 o'clock here. And of course, as I would like to take an interlude of music, and I told you that our guest shortly will be the Deputy Director General for Human Resource Management at the Civil Service Agency.
Come on, everybody.
As the institution lifts the freeze on direct replacement, as the fate of over 40,000 civil servants hangs in the balance, and other trending issues making news in Liberia's civil service. And I mean, the setup is a 90-day time frame for civil servants to reach out to their various human resource directors. So shortly, Darlington Smith will be here as our guest. We'll talk around that straight up to 10 o'clock here this morning. Please stay tuned. Don't go away. It's the Super Morning Show on ELBC Radio, where my name is Taka Goligio, your host. Oh, there's a fine one here by Niman Burr, and it's called Color Boy. And it's a fine one for you this morning on this 5th day of April 2024. And this is how we are going and going and going. Gradually, this is the 4th month of the year. And so our guest is in studio here this morning, the Deputy Director General for Human Resource Management and Policy at the Civil Service Agency, as we will say the CSA, Honorable Darlington Smith. Let's just do adjustment here, and shortly we will commence with this brief interview up to 10 o'clock here. 12 minutes past 9. And this is the Super Morning Show on your radio.
There you go. All right. Yo, Lele.